I'm using. Yeah, so we are in fact recording now. Let's just get a decent. I think that would be quite nice. Okay, whenever you're ready, tell us who you are, Kath.
Right, hi, I'm Catherine Rothon. I'm Senior Sister on Westley Ward at Basildon Mental Health Unit, which is the 28 mixed bedded acute ward at Basildon.
Yeah, and you were one of the wards that participated in the randomised controlled trial of Safewards.
Yep, that's right.
And you were one of the experimental wards, so
Yes.
you got to do the 10 interventions.
Yep.
Well, I've just heard you give a conference presentation in which you've spoken about the mutual help meeting. Do you want to tell us about that? How did it go on your ward? How you did it?
Yeah, we incorporated it into our daily community meeting, which is Monday to Friday every day. And with that, we incorporated the themes from the Safewards study, i.e. the thanks, news, reviewing what went well, what didn't go well. And how we did that was we started with the positive, the thanks. So I'd start it and thank the clients for all engaging, getting up on time, because it was up a stage 9:15 for coming, and that encouraged the patients and the staff to thank each other and other people that weren't present. So staff maybe that had been there yesterday. The comments we'd get would be something like, can you thank Nurse Sue for staying longer? I know a shift was meant to finish at that time. We were in a quiet room, I felt very listened to, and can you thank her from me? So hence I would verbally thank her, but also send an email to CC to my manager, because it made me very aware that in a busy acute environment that I wasn't always stopping to acknowledge all the good work that the staff were doing on my ward.
Okay. There was news as well, wasn't there? News was one of the main.
Yeah, news. That was about, you go through the layout of the day, the structure of the day, who the staff were, what those roles were that we were providing, and activities such as OT, psychology, drama therapy, stuff like that. But also it was looking at a review of what had worked yesterday, what patients found beneficial, what didn't work, what needed to change, stuff like that.
Okay. And then there was, what were the other rounds? Suggestions?
Suggestions. Again, that was around what was working, what wasn't, and why maybe a patient would think it wasn't working. So, i.e. they might say, oh, we did a group, say for example, an activity group with the OT. I didn't find that very useful. I'd prefer to do something more sport orientated. So what we would be doing is reviewing everything that's going on each week. And also from that meeting, little sub-help groups are opening up for the patients themselves. Rather than just the OT stuff we were planning in the nursing interventions, they were forming their own little groups, even like music appreciation, stuff like that, diversional type stuff.
Yeah, that was the thing that really struck me about your presentation, with these spin-off groups done by the patients themselves. Can you tell us anything more about those?
Well, basically what I noticed was that came from the thanks, thanking each other, the patients. What I found after a few weeks, the most thanks that were happening was between the patients themselves. Thank you, you understand where I'm coming from, you gave me an idea how to relax or how to divert my voices or something like that. It was that shared experience that some of them were going through. And so from that I'd say, why don't we think about forming some little groups, you guys? Because sometimes I would complain about being bored. So I'd say, why not form some little group, you guys? We were there on the staff on the ward, so that's what they did. So they were doing their own music appreciation, they did a current affairs newspaper group, they did like a relapse prevention, what we'd call group, talking about how to deal with symptoms in the future and what they wanted.
So we're 1 year on, aren't we, from Safewards? And is this mutual help meeting still happening?
It's still happening. The staff didn't want to let go of it. When it came to the end of the study, we were told, we keep all the stuff that was inputted into Westley Ward. And everybody said, there were three main interventions that all wanted to hold on to. And we include that in our community meeting still every day.
Okay. Is there anything else you think you'd like to tell us, the world, the universe, about the mutual help meeting?
I'd encourage other people to try it, go with it, get some feedback and do it. Because for us, for a ward, it's raised morale, positive feedback, nip things in the bud for me as a manager, whether that's complaints or positives, and had a really positive outcome for our ward, especially for patient care, carers, community teams.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.